Okay, YouTubers, we're here in the afternoon, maybe 1 o'clock or 1:30 in the afternoon, and my diesel mechanic and we got the new water pump installed, and we just filled up or put fuel in our tank right there, and we hooked up our fuel lines, and now he's giving it a little manual using the manual diesel pump and bleeding the injectors, and then we'll give her a go. We got the new fan and water pump on, everything in there, so we should be looking good. We got the antifreeze. In radiator, topped off with water. I kind of did a mixture, and I got 1.5 gallons of concentrated mixed with a couple gallons of water, so it's around 50 to 70% or so. And I got more antifreeze. I can top it off later. And now it's just a matter of, hopefully my battery's brand new, but it's been sitting for 3 months. I got a solar trickle charger on it. Hopefully it'll be okay. One thing I've had lots of problems with is the connections of the posts to the battery. I mean, they have to be super clean and super tight, because they get loose at all or a little bit of corrosion, it'll be deader than a doornail. And if you wiggle it, it won't work. What we've even had to do is wrap, and this is my mechanic's idea, because I've been having hell with it for so long. We cut a aluminum beer can in strips, and wrap it around the post first before you put your post connections on, and it works like a charm. There's some pieces right there, strips from aluminum can. I keep a couple extras in here, and it works real good. So we're just going to go through our final checks right now, and while he's bleeding the injectors, and it's looking good so far. We're not seeing any leaks, but we don't have it going yet, obviously. And in a few minutes here, we'll know. Okay, it looks good. The belt's nice and tight. We used the old belt because it's still in real good condition. I got a new belt in case we have trouble. But looking good. I'm going to check the oil here real quick. See where we're at on that. Okay, there we go. Let's stick it in the hole. Let's come out with it. Looking good, right on the top notch. So we're looking good on our oil level. Just do all our checks here. This little cover I don't even need here. Actually, this is for the battery side, so that's not really needed. So I've replaced the starter too, because I was having so much trouble in the past. I thought it was maybe the starter, the way it was acting, but it was all about them stupid battery connections. And you know, I know better than that about loose connections on your battery, but because of the metal that these posts are made of, the conductivity of those suck. That came with the generator. Terrible. They're not lead. They're some kind of a cast iron alloy, and they suck. So that's the whole problem there, was that kind of an alloy going to a lead post on a battery. You have to have perfect connection, otherwise the thing is not going to work. And it was acting like the starter was bad, so I've replaced that too. So we're looking good. How are we looking, Kuya? Can we give it a try? Okay. There's your main battery. Turned it on. Oh, we got a display. So it's looking good. So let's see how many cranks it's going to take to get this bugger. We'll do a reset on the faults. There's no faults. I'm off on my breaker. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and give it a start and see what happens. Well, nothing. Didn't even turn over. We'll see here. It cranks every. Oh, nothing again. Not even giving a crank. Maybe it needs more juice. Display looks good though. There we go. Well, the display went bad. It's probably the posts again. Probably the battery post because the display went dead. So, yeah, go ahead and turn that off and we'll check our posts and our connections on the battery. That's probably what it is. So you think it's the post here, Kuya? Probably. We can take this off, this trickle charger here. Let's see how tight it is. That one's probably okay. This one is always so bad. This side too is the negative side. Seems like it's the worst one. Yeah, we could clean that post up a little bit probably. I used to have one of those post cleaners that look like a wire brush. Here, I have a little wire brush right here. Kuya, here's a wire brush. That might work good on that post. I had one of them round post cleaners with wire brush in the middle of it. It worked real good. I don't know whatever happened to it. Hopefully this does the trick. I don't know. Like I say, this thing is so. I got a little hammer here. Here.
Yeah.
You got a hammer? Okay. So yeah, I've never been anywhere in my life where how clean that post got to be. And it's all about the alloy of this connection on the wire connector for the post. It's some kind of a, I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
But it's not lead. If there's any lead in it, it ain't much. Okay, yeah. That side, that negative side, that's the one we had to put the strips of aluminum on.
Yeah.
It's terrible. That one is always a trouble. So yeah, maybe we'll have to brush it up here a bit. You can, yeah. There's a lot of corrosion on the post here too. We'll brush that up real good. So just some of the stuff, you know, it's always something. But this here battery's brand spanking new. I think, well, September, October last year. So I guess it ain't brand spanking, but it's fairly new. Here, Quia, let's have it right here. Let's have that wire brush. That wire brush. There's one spot right here you couldn't get at the angle. Okay. Let's try that. I think we're gonna have to put the aluminum back on there
I try to fit this.
because see how tight that is right there? It can't get tight because of the gap. You know what I'm saying? We have to wrap. We're gonna have to wrap the aluminum because that gap is already too tight. It can't get tight without it. Where this one is fine. The gap is fine on that one, but this negative side post, it's a little bit of a smaller post, and it seems like that's the same size one for a positive post that they put on the negative side. So yeah. So it's always, you know, somebody cutting a corner somewhere and then gives the operator hell. That's normal. That's normal. So also I told you guys that it came with this, I thought it was a packing, or not packing, but a shipping plate, but no, that's a plate you're supposed to put in between the body of your engine, the coolant jacket of your engine, and your water pump. So there's a gasket on each side, and I didn't know that until because I thought that I didn't know this one was still on the motor. Hey, Quia, is this the same exact as the new one? The holes were the same size? Okay, good. Because I was thinking maybe this hole was smaller on the new one that came, but I guess not. That's good that it's the same. And then, also I was telling you all those parts, total on the parts, which is kind of spendy. I told you $270. It was actually $17,320. Plus we had to drive there, which we took care of a lot of other business while we went there. But plus we had to drive there and get the parts. Otherwise, they would have had to ship the parts for another 3,000-4,000 pesos. So, yeah, really, that seems expensive for a water pump, a plastic fan, a gasket kit. The gasket kit was cheap. I looked at the invoice on it. And what else? A belt. You know, 17,000. Whoa, that's crazy expensive, I think, for a water pump. Maybe I'm out of touch with what water pumps are for like a vehicle. If your water pump goes out, I thought it was like $90. Maybe it's a lot more nowadays. I don't know, but $320 for those items seems high to me. So, but you don't have a choice, right? Try it? Okay. Go ahead and try her. Quia's got some new aluminum on there and all tightened up. Let's see what we can come up with here. Okay, we got a display. Okay, we got a fault, so we'll just reset that fault. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's go ahead and try her. Push start button. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah! So it's how important a battery connection is. The whole battery connection. Now we'll look at it and watch for any leaks. So far so good. I don't see any leaks inside. That bearing gave out that water pump there on any grease spray So far, success. We'll let her run for 30 minutes, let her heat up real good, and watch for leaks. So, just to let you know, it's hard to find diesel mechanic too. Anybody that's even half worth their salt. This is our third diesel mechanic we've had, and now I've retained him because he's way better than the other two we had. The other two we had was rip-off. I mean, they'll charge you big money, and then their job is shit besides. So, but this guy here is real good. He's a real nice guy. It's a little bit expensive, I think, on the price, but I like giving the locals, if they have a good skill, I like paying them well for it, you know. And he's always there for us. Within a day, he's always can be here for us, and all that means something, right? So you got to take the good with the bad, and you know, negotiate for any kind of service that you want to give you a hand, right? So yeah, I'm real happy so far. So here's a page that is running at 1827 RPM, little high, no alarms. Got 819.2 hours on the loader, 450 start attempts, 14 shutdowns, maintenance. That maintenance counter is wrong. I don't have any load on it, so it's not showing any 10% power right now. I have no load on it whatsoever. Here's all your solenoids. And your engine temperature, 57 degrees Celsius. That's nice and cool. It's still coming up a little bit. There's your oil pressure, 5.4 bar, real good. Battery volts, right where it should be, 14 volts. There's your frequency. It's a little bit high. You're trying to shoot for 60 hertz. But once you put a load on it, that drops down a little bit. So I like to keep it right there, 1 hertz high. And that's it. I keep it in manual. I don't keep it in the auto. It's just easier for me to operate. So we'll let it heat up to full temperature. So maybe run it 30 minutes. Is that okay to you? Okay. So we'll just kind of hang here and watch back and forth, or do our walk-arounds periodically. Let it season in real good. Get it up to full temp, and just watch for leaks. So back in business if we get a long-ass blackout. So that's good. So I'm real happy. So I'll let you guys go. We're going to do some more monitoring, and talk with you guys later. Take care.